Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting, innovating, and amazing Propagandacast with me, host Imperial Dane, the one and only master propaganda heroes like defender of the fatherland off here to 1v1 on Twin Beaches. In the north it is Reakly fighting for the German army, Deutschland here with the 3rd Panzergrenadier Division, 2nd Panzergrenadier Company with Luftwaffe, Breakthrough and Mechanized, the standard 3 there. In the south, it is the JefG. It is JefG fighting for America, freedom, democracy, and liberty. Here with the 45th Infantry Division, we got airborne, armored, and advanced infantry. We got engineer Keep Start here of JefG. It's aggressive mobile here versus also mobile, perhaps not as aggressive there out of Reakly. As always, big hearty thanks to my patron supporters for the continued generous and unwavering support of the Propagandacast. Keeps making all these videos possible. And a big hearty thanks to commenting and liking on them, helped out immensely with the YouTube algorithms. And finally, a thanks to Andrew for donating and support the Propagandacast with his hard-earned money. Again, helps out as well there. Every bit helps, keep going. Also, quick heads up there, quality of replays might be a bit varying lately, because Relic for a hot fix, and I've been more careful lately, just downloading them in case the replay screwed up. So far it has been an issue, so with the respawn thing, probably not going to be any problem this time around looking at, the details, and turns out, yes, it was a problem, and it wiped my entire replay archive, so, I definitely have some replays, again, until I get my archive built up. Quality and, variety might be a bit more limited. And I'm trying, but it's not always as easy as I like it to be. So just a small heads up there in case there, might be some issues on the rise. But there you go. Jeep heavily damaged here. Very aggressive play, obviously. I mean, partly you typically see Jeeps to counter the earliest Kettenkrats are the Wehrmacht, so does make sense here, similar to how the Brits might go for the Dingo. That said, you do more commonly see them with the armoured battle groups, getting the veterans you want, and then you start capturing points. But even then, they can provide a decent amount of support for an aggressive and active American play in the early games of the Germans. And of course, they allow you just to deal damage without really suffering any manpower loss, as long as you, of course, don't have your Jeep blow up. So it can also provide you with these small, minute manpower edges there if you're sort of, clear about it. Of course, you see here mines here from Reakly, one of the counters to a Jeep. If you have the Kettenkrat, is laying down a mine and then hoping the Jeep runs over the mine. Charging in with the Jeep, 30 cal there blazing away. Second round's going there for JefG. Of course, you might wonder why does the game not call it Jeep in-game, because that's a trademark name, so you can't actually use it unless you get permission, which of course means a lot of money. It's also, for example, why they couldn't call the flamethrower tank for the Americans in CoH3 the Zipper, because that was the actual nickname it had, because Zipper, again, trademark name, so they had to call it the Crocodile, despite the Americans never calling it the Crocodile. They kind of went there with British nomenclature on that one. Fun fact, quick self-repair here, though, kind of questionable at the same time. There's a bit of a twisted logic here to it. Basically, he's focused on the Jeep trying to finish it off. It's going to repair faster than that because of the Grenadiers, and obviously the Jeep's front is basically bulletproof enough. But this allows them the rifle to get a lot of free shots in on the Grenadiers there. So, bit of a cheeky move here, and I think Reakly catches on to it, but obviously at that point it's too late, and then of course the Jeep mini goes at it. MD42 joining in here. JefG, they're falling back. But yeah, again, Jeep can just, in that way, just absorb damage meant for your troops in the early game. Plus, of course, make things harder for Kettenkrats in general. And you can see he's actually using the spotting ability here to spot for his MD42. Thumbs up there to Reakly. Machine there being caught by the MD42 south side. You can see him hitting up the fuel point. Could lay down some mines, see if he had the munitions. Third round squad there for JefG up north. Scouts with the Pioneers here. Light skirmish there. Oh, and the Jeep hits a mine. And Kettenkrat gains a bunch of experience, gaining veterancy in the process. So there you go. And we do get Reakly here going for Breakthrough, which I think by far right now is the most popular Wehrmacht battle group, because it just, helps you fight back against the Americans as efficiently as possible as the Wehrmacht, which can typically otherwise be a bit of a problem, because of the discrepancy in just the power level between riflemen and most of your early game stuff, be it Falchion Pioneers or the Grenadiers without MP40s, and the MP40s is just, in that sense, very good at, closing that gap. But we do see Reakly not going for heavy tier 1, which is at the moment a bit more uncommon. Typically, people will go for, 3 Grenadiers and the officers' quarters, but Reakly's actually rushing out the Luftwaffe quarters. Not saying this is bad, just pointing out this is a bit more atypical in the current metagame. Mine goes off here. Great there for JefG. He's got the info support set up as well here. Grenadiers closing in while, having hit the mine, taking a lot of damage from the grease guns. It was, the main submachine leader's army. Well, most people think it was the Thompson from understanding. The army itself didn't actually like the Thompson that much, and they're actually basically working to replace it with the grease gun, which is just easier to produce and lighter and better to handle. The Thompson was a large, heavy submachine gun, which in many ways is kind of not what you want a submachine gun to be, but also fairly expensive and time-consuming to make. So the grease gun was very much meant to replace it. So of course it did serve is it would steadily be replaced just by the grease gun. So we got the 2-to-1 out here for Reakly, armoured car there being used to hunt down those Amerikanen. We got BARs here for JefG. I would not be surprised if he cancels that or he goes for airborne to try and counter the armoured car, because otherwise JefG will struggle to deal with the armoured car here. There go do get grenades. He's going to stick to the BAR course rather boldly here, but also go for grenades. That said, of course, he then needs to finish the bar research and then go for the grenade. So that does mean the 2-to-1 will have a bit of time in the field where, JefG isn't countering it. More mines here out of Reakly. Thumbs up. Schutzmines 45. Plenty is going out with their MP40s, the Maschinenpistole 40. Scouts flanking in there. First round squad gaining veterans who won there. Scouts in with the Grenadiers. Got one MP40s up for Reakly, but a bit late to the party there to withdraw. Another Grenadier squad now for Reakly. So he's going ultimately for that heavy Grenadier build, which does make sense, but the overall way he's going about it is nonetheless a bit unusual. Oh, he counts it for Sniper. Interesting choice as well there. I mean, obviously it has its merits and all that, but definitely not what you typically see. But then again, it doesn't make it bad, it just means it's atypical. Armored car there, of course, continues to be a headache. We do get grenades now for JefG, but he continues to not select a battle group. Cannon crap being fixed up by the Pioneers. Captain Fett on the flank of the 2-to-1, the lighter Schützen Panzerwagen, which would eventually be replaced by the 250-9 armored car of Dak fame. Machine gun sitting out there. Sniper almost done there for Reakly.
Sharpshooter standing by.
With the scoped G43, hitting the southern field with the Kettenkrad. Pioneer supporting, got minesweepers out there. In fact, minesweepers laid down to try and catch up the Kettenkrad. Fourth Rival Squad for JefG here, still in a battle group. Will he stick to that fourth Rival Squad once the sniper starts picking apart his forces here? Will he cancel it for something else? Yeah, good pressure here by Reakly in the south of this Kettenkrad. Again, at ace level, it can capture points pretty fast, but you also got the communication cables upgrades, which it does not. It can really start just seizing points at an incredible pace. He's closing the Grenadiers, armored car, they continue to provide support. And go catching the Kettenkrad last squad, running the point neutral. And then, of course, quickly swinging away there. But this is really good for Reakly. Now he's got multiple fuel points. His opponent does not. Well, he's got some, but he does not have, like, 3 fuel points compared to the 2 that he actually has there. Jaegers on the way there for Reakly. I'm going for maybe a Panzergrenadier here to deal with any potential Greyhounds storming after his sniper. So I imagine now with the sniper out, of course, Reakly tactically is going to have to focus a lot more on keeping the sniper alive. Because the sniper is going to be a priority target for JefG to, end. So, we'll have to see. Pit, they're going up here, finding position. Positioning has me thinking it's finding a machine gun nest, but it could be a mortar pit as well. Their south side, Rival Squad hitting a mine there, laid down by Reakly's Kettenkrad. Sehr good, unless of course the Americans. Got rapid production. Got the Jaegers moving forwards there.
The enemy has claimed our territory for their own.
Equipped with plenty of G43s. Jaegers were light infantry meant for, shall we say, rougher terrain, but not, shall we say, full-on mountain terrain, like, hills, forests, swamps, even urban terrain was also like, some areas where the Jaegers could be employed. Fun fact there. They were also typically smaller than your average infantry division, but made up for that by having access to more artillery. So, it was sort of a unique element in that way. Panzergrenadier on the way there, the Raketen Panzerbüchse. So yeah, Sniper keeps at it there, got the fuel point back here out of Reakly's hands. Still no battle group for JefG, he continues to operate there. Ooh, another mine goes off there. In this case, there's several Jaegers that are taking losses. In fact, they end up dead as they lose their lives. JefG, they're going straight for the tank depot. Bold strategy here for sure. And Reakly, they're also going for the Panzer Company. In a sense, also bold, but perhaps not quite as bold as what JefG is doing. Rushing the machine gun here with barred up riflemen. Got grenades here. And there we go. Reakly, of course, has to withdraw here. He's going to find himself with one American MD-42 being deployed against him many times. So Ukraine has been fought under Ludwig Unterfeldwebel. Ludwig! We trust you to lead us to victory! Oh god, I don't trust me to lead us to victory. In the south here, Pioneers, Jaegers are busy. Sniper keeps out with the scope T-43.
Sector lost.
Rush with the Grenadiers up north here. Panzer Company closer down, and we do get armor here for JefG and the EZ8. So JefG here, of course, looking to, you know, bet everything on Brad Pitt, like any true American. I mean, if it's going to be like a great American crisis, they will turn to Brad Pitt to save the day.
Should be assigned when possible, Commandant.
Mr. Brad Pitt, we need you to save America. Okie dokie. Anyways, Route Squad, they continue to take a lot of damage with that much cover against Grenadiers, Snipers, and the armored car. It's, you know, kind of a kill zone there. Southside Ken crashing up again. Going for a 5th Route Squad here, the classic American strategy of going for a lot of riflemen. I mean, they go for it because it works a lot of the time. Not always, but a good deal of the time, you know, having 5 Route Squads with bars really provides you with immense map pressure and leverage over your opponent. So, thumbs up there. It certainly also highlights in some ways the major difference between CoH2 and CoH3, which is in CoH3, infantry just matters more. Of course, most of the time it's American infantry, but, you know, even Axis infantry does matter more. Till we get the elite stuff. Back for Reakly here, not much going on. He can go for a Panther Force soon. He could also, of course, go for the Mighty Starstorm. He does, of course, go for the Sturmpanzer IV, which obviously makes a lot of sense. His opponent has a lot of infantry, not exactly a lot of tanks, and just as crucially, JefG currently has no real anti-tank weapons. This is also what we call a very good environment for the Sturmpanzer IV to operate in. Like a cat unsupervised in a butcher's shop. Grenadiers and using subsequent for the fuel point again. JefG, of course, working hard to get that fuel for his tanks, for freedom, democracy, and liberty. And of course, Reakly, his job is, of course, to keep that out of the hands of the Americans and in the hands of the German peoples. So, JefG there, of course, pushing his way towards the Sherman EZ8, towards Brad Pitt and victory. Armored car there getting snared up with a sticky bomb there, blowing out the engine as it was definitely not rated for that kind of contact with the Americans. Charging in there, got the sprint ability, of course, which does work well there. There we go, second snare, and that's going to be the 221 kaput. Sturmpanzer shoots, utterly obliterates Carl there, out of Tennessee. Going in for the Ralph Squad here. Another shot goes off, and Bob there, out of Wisconsin, also goes down. Captain force back. Hard at work with those fuel points and victory points here. JefG just continues to pray to Brad Pitt. Small little altar there by his side, I imagine. Lighting candles with that classic Brad Pitt scent. I don't know what it is though, but I'm guessing there is one. All the big stars got that one now, don't they? Those Sturmpanzer moving about here. Hellcats on the way there for JefG. Obviously to counter the Sturmpanzer, but also because of this stage trying to hold up. Oh, he does cancel it, tries to hold out anyways for the EZ8 there. Observation from his Lord and Savior Brad Pitt, this armored messiah. Who knows? But Brad Pitt and JefG. Rail's getting north, it's backed up with the scouts. He's also not far away from being able to go for the War Machine, I think. Then, of course, get the Brad Pitt tank there, the EZ8, out at a discount. Manpower-wise, anyway. It's not fuel-wise. That would be beyond busted. They could also not just get a manpower discount, but a fuel discount on it as well. Mines exploding, Americans losing feet and other limbs. Jaegers, Grenadiers, Sniper, they're hard at work, backed up with infantry too. Going for the fuel points, going for the points. JefG doing whatever he can to just buy as much time here against Reakly. And there you go. We got veteran crews, we got field repairs, and we got the war machine. Sturm Panzer shoots whiffs. There you go, almost got this on the fuel point. That's really going to help JefG. They're getting more EC8s once the first one arrives. Sniper scores another hit there with his scope G for the feet. Noting that in this case, I do believe this could be a more improvised uniform out of the sniper, which was actually a thing they would use. Basically, wasn't on a Seltbahn or just, you know, the tent cover, and actually like make uniforms out of that. In some cases, they've been sewn, but others just be more like, you know, crude poncho they would actually make out of them. Fun fact. And then go EC8 along the way. Starts nope, cancel that for Panther 4. Don't blame Reakly here. I mean, he's only got a Panzergrenadier Division to deal with a potential Sherman EC8 or Hellcats. And while the Stars are cool, they obviously lack any way of, like, you know, dealing with a tank. They might be elite, but apparently not elite enough to get a Panzerfaust.
5 command points available.
That's what they're going to EC8, another snare off here. EC8 right around the corner here for JefG. Big push here by JefG. Sherman EC8 has arrived. Brad Pitt is on the field. Yeehaw. Going over the sniper, quickly sprinting in here. Almost got the sniper. This could be big here for JefG if he gets rid of the sniper. Almost got him. Oh, got the sniper. Big win there for JefG. Removing a significant thorn in his side. But he might lose Rob's in the process, which will certainly hurt JefG, yes. But even then, getting rid of the sniper is really going to like remove some serious manpower pressure that Reakly otherwise going against him. EC8 pushing forwards here. 76 guns smashing into the Panther 4. We got Panzergrenadiers on the flank here. Taking a lot of damage, his shots bouncing. Another good shot here. Another Panzergrenadier hit here, as the Panzergrenadier could penetrate a lot of armor, really. I believe it was somewhere around in the range of 200 millimeters of armored steel it could penetrate. Captain down. Leaving now JefG with just 4 Rob scores from near the scouts, and of course, the EC8. Jaegers, Grenadier, Sturm, Panzer, Panther 4, they're based in the center here. Turning the mighty sight upon the American forces here. Nicely bunched up for the Sturm Panzer, definitely something you want to be careful around here. Snare off from the Sturm Panzer, blowing out the engine. Massive damage, the crew is panicked, shocked. The sheer temerity of the Americans to blow up the engine. Grenadiers are being mauled. 5th round squad again here for JefG, the Jeffest of Gs.
The enemy has 300 points remaining.
EC8, of course, they need repairs. Steadily moving his way towards another EC8, I imagine. We got Reakly here with another Jaeger squad. You might have to say, why more Jaegers? And not say, you know, Starstorm. I suspect the likely answer, of course, is he wants more Panzergrenadiers to counter those German EC8s.
Victory point is under enemy control. Command points must be assigned.
EC8. Second Jaeger squad ready. Also, fun fact, there's only 2 Jaeger squads in Italy, but there's 3 Gebirgsjäger squads, and I think 3 Fallschirmjäger squads, not a bit more than that, so I do find it a bit more amusing in that sense the Jaegers are somehow, you know, mainline infantry and not like battle group unit. That's another story. Another EC there for JefG.
Bastards have secured our territory from us.
Look at the size of this fucking thing.
There you go, second Panzer ready. More Pioneers.
Standing by.
There you go, he's getting the Jaegers, utterly obliterating Walter there.
We should spend our munitions.
Second EC8 ready. Need to be careful, of course, of all these Panzergrenadiers. Good shots here. Had he gone for mechanized though instead of the infantry support center, he could have actually upgraded this with improvised armor, which actually decreases the damage taken by Panzergrenadiers. For the Shermans, I think it's like 50% less damage. It's close to 50, I think it's actually 40, but either way means that it takes significantly less damage out of the Panzergrenadiers. which is always a good piece of advice. If you focus on have gone for the mechanized center, your opponent's going for Panzergrenadier, going for improvised armor, definitely helps your tank survive those Jaeger Shreks much better. Of course, he's gone for the support center, so he can't do that.
We have lost a sector.
You see it's lining up, moving ahead.
Sector now under enemy control.
Keep calm, pioneers!
Going in after this jump onto the machine gun there, a bit exposed, unsupported. We got here JefG going in for freedom and democracy. Could consider maybe some high explosive shells on one of his EC8s to help versus the infantry. It gives a good boost to his infantry. Of course, it does decrease the tank performance notably, but he can then have the other one white phosphorus rounds to help make up for that. Jaegers getting blasted. Shot failed to penetrate. Perhaps a dud. Jaegers advancing. Friedrich there goes down. Ratswarm taken out here. Jaegers needs to further suffer heavy damage from the EC8s. Reakly, I think at this point is just holding up for the Tiger, which does make a fair amount of sense. JefG is probably just going to go for more EC8s. And there you go, Ralph goes the Grenadiers. But I think he's only got one BAR there. Oh, we actually retreated there. Plus, I'd say the actually 2 on the Grenadiers. I think he could actually have won that, but I guess he got a bit skittish there. Grenadiers moving against Ralph's squad here. Grenade assault. Stielhandgranate. There we go. Seats are being fixed up. Motor pull out of JefG, and that is, I think, 99% likely going to be because he wants anti-tank guns to support his EZ8s. Which, you know, makes sense. Finally's been caught here by the Bravo squads. I think he was caught late trying to lay down mines. Ken Crabwell is still hard to work here for Reakly. Ken Kratz spotted here. Quick chance to lose. No, apparently just at the fast they can just zoom away there easily. Great there for Reakly. Bit of nuisance there for JefG. And the forces of democracy.
Commandant.
And Reakly meanwhile, very close to that Tiger tank here. 504th Schwere Panzerabteilung.
Enemy has taken a victory point.
Really getting close to that heavy armor spot. And there you go. Pantherforce jump getting flanked with the EC8s. One shot went through there. I think actually might both have gone, but oh well. Puts a lot more down from Panther 4. We got the Jaegers moving up support. One squad that already low in health here. Reakly pushing his luck a bit here. Large got pushed back. Panther 4 moving in. Oh, pushing his luck with the Panther 4 as well. Great shot on the Grenadiers. Betty on one of the EC8s. Great there for JefG. He can go for the anti-tank guns now. Reakly meanwhile can go for the Tiger, and there we go. Heavy armored support sending in to support the 3rd Panzergrenadier Division with its 88mm cannon. Kampfwagenkanone 36. Grenadiers is chalking up grenades. We've got the machines up here in the lighthouse. German forces laying claim here to the northern hill. We've got a Chaffee on the Virginia. He actually goes for the Chaffee. Interesting choice there. Definitely not what I'd expect. I'm going to guess it does provide a flanking element to support the EC8s. And I would have, you know, pretty aggressively guessed he would have gone for like anti-tank guns here. So JefG there definitely beating my expectations.
The enemy has claimed our sector.
Tiger moving forwards. I mean, there's the Tiger tank in particular. Like, the Chaffee is definitely going to struggle a bit as well. Plus the Panzergrenadier Jaegers. Like, the Chaffee definitely, in several respects, feels like an odd choice here out of JefG. Will it be a bad choice? Not so sure, but there's definitely part of me that does question Chaffies when your opponent, like, you know, is likely going for Tiger tanks. A lot of bouncers there. HPAT rounds, of course, the EC8s helps a lot there with that. Increases the penetration and the damage against armor. Basically means they are fairly, you know, heavy tank destroyers when that ability is activated. They can bounce shots, they can take a lot more hits than Hellcat, but at the same time, they can deal the same amount of damage. Gardner saying their way now for JefG. I imagine in response to the Tiger, now he's actually sighted it. He knows Chaffies are not going to cut it. At least a Chaffee's going to be incredibly optimistic. Draufskorpsen going in. We got the Kettenkradier laying down some mines. Schützenmine 42. EC8's moving ahead again. There you go, charging in with EC8 and gating up nearby pioneers. Tiger Tank scores a great hit with this 8-hit on the gun. Oh dear, he might have overlooked that mine. This could be huge here. Yes, Panther 4 takes the mine hit here. Tiger Tank avoids it, but still, that's great. Ooh, and he's too close. It took massive hit there. Almost wiped out. Chaffee brushing and anti-tank supporting. Needs the armor-piercing rounds here, but continually we see a pattern here out of it, which is he does not use the armor-piercing rounds. Which is great for Reakly. But again, one of those big American advantages they have, which most players, I think, neglect, is stuff like that. Various types of armor-piercing, stuff there, which in cases like the EC8 and the anti-tank gun increases not just the penetration but the damage. Meaning they can do a lot more damage, like even a Tiger Tank, fairly fast. That's something you always want to keep in mind there. Meanwhile, Reakly continues to add more Jaegers here, likely for more Panzergrenadiers. Ooh, that was a hell of a hit there. The Tiger Tank leaving almost the entire Raft squad gone in the blink of an eye. Tiger Tank rolling in support here by the mighty Jaegers. Second Chaffee out here for JefG. I'm really surprised here that he goes for more Chaffies against opponent with, Tiger Tanks, but also Jaegers. Because he's going to have to, rely on flanking in, and clearly the Jaegers are meant to, just cover the flanks of the Tiger Tank and stuff like Chaffies, for example, even Hellcats. So, it definitely strikes me as a bit peculiar out of JefG. And definitely not something I'd recommend. I mean, I'm not denying he could make it work, but I think on average, you're going to see this kind of thing here struggle a lot against this particular type of force composition out of Reakly. EC8's running forward again. Brant Pitt supported by his great friend Armano Pitt. Jaegers bring in there. Pursuing the EC8s. Only one Panzergrenadier managed to penetrate there. Third Chaffee out of JefG. He must be betting on seek and destroy there in a big push. He just wants raw numbers here. He's basically going for the Soviet tank approach. Which is doable. But obviously comes with a lot of attachments to it and a lot of buts and ifs. It's only the kind of thing where if you're not careful, you're going to lose a lot of tanks very fast without doing too much here. There we go. Pops both field repairs and seek and destroy. Seems a bit odd, but he could just pop some armor piercing rounds. There you go. He's going for the flank. Mine goes off there. One Chaffee down, 2 to go. EC8 down. Again, the Panzergrenadiers and the mines here doing massive work here. 2 JefG again. And he not gone for third pass per se again. 8-trap rounds to the EC8, so the Tiger Tank were down much faster. Now, both EC8s are down. He's down just to the 2 Chaffies here. His opponent has a Panther 4 and the Sturmpanzer 4. He's pushing forwards, but the Grenadiers machine are pretty much holding up the main infantry advance in the south. The Chaffies are at it, doing a lot of damage here to the Panther 4, but the Panther 4 is doing even more. Anti-tank at it. Chaffee down. Huge losses here. JefG has suffered countless losses here. And in comparison, the amount of damage he's done to Reakly just... they're not on the same level. He got the Tiger Tank, but at what cost? That's basically the problem here for JefG. It's going for more into tank gun, but Reakly is quick to exploit this massive loss here out of JefG. Swiftly pushing forwards, seizing as much as he can here, and occupying advanced positions to further just closing JefG within his base here. 2 thumbs up. He doesn't try and sit back. He takes up the most aggressive positioning to try and apply as much pressure to JefG. Try and force, surrender here. Just try and gain a psychological advantage here. Whether or not, of course, JefG, falls to this psychological pressure is, of course, an entirely different matter. But he's taking a lot of damage. Chaffee there, rush out again here for JefG. Going for that Sturmpanzer. And there we go, GG out of JefG. GG. Quite the fierce fight here, but yeah, I think JefG's strategy just kind of missed all the Jaegers in a sense. Like, he knew they were there, but for some reason he still insisted on the Chaffies. And I also think another crucial element was just the lack of the HVAC rounds on the ECH, but also the anti-tank rounds on the, you know, armor-piercing rounds on the anti-tank guns. Like, I think had he used those more actively, I think Reakly would have been a lot more trouble. Might even lost that Sturmpanzer 4 much sooner in the Panther 4 before the TIE tank even arrived. Like, those HVAC rounds really can, like, you know, quickly, like, scale up there. So, interesting match there, but again, some issues there with JefG's strategies when things went on. I think Reakly just, you know, countered it quite efficiently. So, there you go. Hope you got this match. You'll learn something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment. This is Imperial News. Cheers, and see you all tomorrow for another exciting episode. Cheers, everyone.